I am continuing my reading. What I'm doing in this series is to read through the entire standard works of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. This consists of the Bible, the Book of Mormon, the Doctrine and Covenants, and the Pearl of Great Price. I am reading in a chronological order of events, not according to publication or volume, so I will be skipping around a bit as I move along. So we've just read about the death of Ahab in our last few videos. Ahab's reign covered several chapters because it talked a lot about Elijah and what Elijah was doing during his reign. Our last few chapters were a battle that Ahab and Jehoshaphat waged against Syria, trying to reclaim some of Israel's lost territory. In that battle, Ahab is killed, and his son Azariah becomes king. Not Azariah. And his son Ahaziah becomes king. We are now going to finish out the reign of Jehoshaphat. Remember, Jehoshaphat he was king for 18 years while Ahab was king. After Ahab's death, he will be king for about another 7 years. So, we will finish this out in chapter 22. We are going to first read verses 51 to 53, and then we will turn back to 45 through 50, because that's chronological. So, here we go. Verse 51 is where we start. Ahaziah the son of Ahab began to reign over Israel and Samaria the 17th year of Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, and reigned 2 years over Israel. And he did evil in the sight of the Lord, and walked in the way of his father, and in the way of his mother, and in the way of Jeroboam the son of Nebat, who made Israel to sin. For he served Baal, and worshipped him, and provoked to anger the Lord God of Israel, according to all that his father had done. So he is now more openly worshipping Baal. You remember, after the test on Mount Carmel, it seems that a lot of the Baal worship was done away with in Israel. It wasn't completely done away with, but it does seem like that was lessened. And Jezebel was still worshipping Baal. She never turned away from Baal. But Ahaziah is also worshipping Baal, and it seems that he is going to increase or strengthen the worship of Baal in the northern kingdom. So he continues all this evil tradition. But now let us turn back, starting in verse 45, reading through 50. So here we go here. Well, let's start at verse 44. It says, And Jehoshaphat made peace with the king of Israel. And the rest of the acts of Jehoshaphat, and his might that he shewed, and how he warred, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Judah? And the remnant of the Sodomites, which remained in the days of his father Asa, he took out of the land. There was then no king in Edom, a deputy was king. Jehoshaphat made ships of Tarshish to go to Ophir for gold, but they went not, for the ships were broken at Ezion-Geber. Then said Ahaziah the son of Ahab unto Jehoshaphat, Let my servants go with thy servants in the ships. But Jehoshaphat would not. And Jehoshaphat slept with his fathers, and was buried with his fathers in the city of David his father. And Jehoram his son reigned in his stead. Now, I read that last verse there because I don't want to come back for just one verse later on. But it's interesting. After he makes the league with Ahab, and when Ahab dies, he's still friendly with his son, Ahaziah. And Ahaziah wants to join forces in sailing these ships. So he built these ships, and he tried to send them out, but they got destroyed in a storm. Ahaziah says, well, let me join you, and we'll go rebuild the ships, we'll send them out. And Jehoshaphat says, no, we're not going to do this again. I'm just not doing it. It's an interesting little note. I'm not sure exactly why it's there, why it's included, but it's an interesting historical note. But, no, here's the thing, is that it says here that Ahaziah reigned 2 years, and he began reigning in the 17th year of Jehoshaphat. Now, Jehoshaphat reigned 25 years, which means that Ahaziah's son should be king during Jehoshaphat's reign. And we will look into this a little bit more in our next video. So that last verse there, verse 50, does talk about the death of Jehoshaphat. But as we go into the son of Ahaziah, we will have to see how this timeline works out. So look for that, and see you in the next video.